All right, part two. Part two, take two of how to animate these singing pumpkins. We're going to pretend like I knew how to do all this from the beginning and that this is the first time I'm recording this. It's going to be great. Okay, we need to add a controller. First, we're going to have a little square over here. So let's go add mesh plane, and it adds it right in the middle. So before you move anything, click this box to the left that says Align to View. Doink, and now it's turned to face us. Now I'm going to move this over to the side, right about there. And I'm going to open up my transform panel. Some of you probably have it open already. With that open, whoops, what am I doing? What the? I rotated. There we go. Okay. I want to scale this twice. Not twice, but 2 times. Yeah. So over here on the scale, for X, I want that to be 2. And for Y, I want it to be 2. Z, we can leave that alone. Okay, so now the square is twice as big as it was. Now, I'm going to go into edit mode on this square. So hit tab. And I'm going to subdivide this once. So now it makes it a little grid. And then I'll hit tab, go back into object mode. Oh dang, the grid disappeared. Why did I bother doing that? Well, I'll show you why. With it still selected, over here we want our cube, our object menu. It looks like a cube. And I scroll down to the bottom of this and there's all these check boxes. Check this one that says draw all edges. So now it's going to always show those lines inside there. So this will help when we move around our controller inside this box. Okay, I'm going to keep going since we're recording this, but you can review it after to get caught up if you got lost at this point. We need to add a text. Add text. And let's align this to view as well. Click align to view. And then move that text, and we're going to try and get it right in the crosshairs of this box that we just made, right there in the middle. Actually, it's not going to matter yet because we need to edit the text. So hit tab to go into edit mode. And I can backspace and change the letters. I want this to say mouth. I tab back into object mode. Now I can put it right in the middle. Okay, and right now all of these are what's called curves. They are not mesh objects yet, so we need to convert them into a mesh object so that we can control it better. So to do that, you go to Object, and way up at the top here, Convert to Mesh from Curve. There we go. Now this text is not editable anymore. I can't change what the letters are anymore, but now they're mesh objects that I can manipulate. So now that I've done that, let's set our origin to the middle. We don't want our origin over here in the corner anymore. Set origin to geometry. Now it's right in the middle, and looks like the word mouth is right in the middle of the square. That's good. Okay, so now I need to clear all of this information. Right now the location and all this stuff has lots of random numbers in there. I'm going to clear all that. So with the mouth selected, I hit Control A and clear the location. Now those are all zeros. And I hit Control A again and clear rotation and scale. So now those are all zeros. Okay, now I need to add some constraints. Because right now if I grab it, I can move it anywhere I want. I don't want to do that. So over here in my properties, I choose this button that looks like 2 chain links. These are your constraints. Add object constraint, and we want limit location. So that's going to make it so we can only move this a certain distance. So I want the x-axis minimum maximum and the z-axis minimum maximum, like that. My minimum is going to be -2, maximum is 2. Tab over to z, -2, maximum 2. And then convert and this needs to be local space. Okay, now if I go over here and hit G and grab it, I can't move it outside of this box. That's exactly how we want it. Okay, now I can go ahead and lock all these so I don't accidentally scale it or rotate it or anything. I'm going to do the same thing with the box that I made, just lock all of them. With the mouth, I don't need to lock the X and Z because those are the ones that I'm limiting. Okay, I'm going to pause this here and you guys can get caught up. Okay, we've got our controller for our mouth set. Now we need to combine this controller to the mouth so that it actually does what it's supposed to do. Up here at the top, see where it says default? And just to the left of that, there's like these bars. Click on that little drop down menu and we're going to go to animation. So over here, your top window, this is your dope sheet editor. My window is really small. Hopefully you can see yours, but over here on the right side, there's this drop down menu that says dope sheet. We're going to change this to shape key editor. And make sure that your face pane is selected, not the controller. The one that you carved out the face in. Make sure that's selected. So once you've changed that, you should have these three shape keys for ah, and oo. Right? Now I'm going to right click on the number 0 here for right click, choose add driver. Now it changes the color of that. Do the same thing for ah, right click, add driver. And for oo, right click, add driver. Now in this window below, this is graph editor. Also I'm going to slide this over, and here where it says F curve, I need to change that to drivers. And now it lists all the drivers we have. We have a plane, we have a key, and we have 3 drivers. Okay, so let's do first. I'm going to select and I need to make this window a lot bigger. And I need to see, if you don't have this menu open, just click the little plus on the right hand side. If it looks like that, just click the plus. And we need to scroll down here until we can see this cube thing. There's a button that says transform channel. Below that it has a cube and like an eyedropper tool. So click in the blank space there. Oh, I didn't rename it, but it's text. Text is the one we're looking for. We should have renamed that mouth beforehand. At this point, who cares? Okay, text is what I'm looking for. Type, let's see, since this is we want it to be Z location. That means that as we move the text object up and down, it's going to control the and space should be local space. Okay, so once you have those 3 things changed, I'm going to scroll up just a little bit until I find this word type, and it says scripted express. I'm going to select that and change that to averaged value. And I'm going to come clean with you guys. I have no idea what any of this stuff means, but I know that it works. Are you surprised by that? I'm just kidding. I know exactly what all this stuff does. I'm the teacher and I know what it all does. Okay, so I've changed that to averaged value. Now I'm sounding a lot like Donald Trump. You don't know which one is the lie. Oh. Okay. Modifiers. I'm going to add modifier and choose generator. Okay, and now we're looking for this thing y equals 0 and then something plus x. So this number of x, I want to change that to -2 because when I move the word mouth down, -2, I want that to be the fully closed position. Okay, so -2 for this one. Now that should be it. So over here in my window, if I'm going to go to front view over here and zoom in on the mouth and hit grab, and now I move it up and down and it closes the mouth. I'm going to right click so that goes right back to the beginning. Then I need to select my face again, bring back the shape keys. Let's do the same thing for ah. So I'll select the key for the ah value, and I'm going to have to make all these same changes. So again, look for this cube and eyedropper thing, choose text, type. This one is also Z location. Ah, I'm going to move it up and it'll make it go ah. Space, local space. Scroll up till I see type, change that to averaged value. Scroll down again, add modifier generator, scroll down more, and this one should be x +2. Okay, that'll do it for the ah. Now I select oo and do all the same stuff. In my object, choose text. This one I'm going to keep x location because I want it to go ooh if I move it sideways. Space, local space. Scroll up, type, averaged value. That's the one I don't know what it means. I know what everything else means.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Add modifier generator. And this one should be -2 as well, because if we move it -2 to the x, it should be the full ooh shape. Okay, once you have all those, you are ready to go. I can switch this back to default mode. Get rid of that. Might as well get rid of that. Now I can select the mouth, hit G to grab it, and I move it around, and look at him. Look at him go. It's in wireframe mode, so you don't get the full effect, but let's switch it to material. And now I can unhide my sphere that was back there. So now he's glowing. And hit G and grab that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Now I can do the same thing with the eyes to make him blink or move the eyes around. I'm not going to show you how to do that. You should know everything you need to make that happen at this point. Okay, last thing I'm going to do. Let's find a song that we want to use. So I'm going to change this to video editing. No, let's leave that. Leave it at default, but I'll just make a new panel here. I'm going to drag this out and change this one to video sequence editor. Okay, so here we can add sounds or videos or whatever we want. So I'm going to click add sound, and I've got Thriller in here. Let's add that. Now we can see here the audio track. Now down here in my timeline, see this little record button? If I hit that so it's turned on, so that means as it's playing it's going to keep track of anything that I move and it will add keyframes for it. So I'm going to select the mouth and I'm going to hit play. While it's playing, I'm going to hit G to grab the mouth. Oh, what happened there? It's because I'm only going 250 frames. But I could extend that to make it last longer. But as you can see, it did record some stuff, so now I can make sure to turn this off, and then I can hit play. Remembered what I did there. So I could let's go back and delete all these keyframes. Dope sheet, select all, delete. I'll just turn this on and I could go select this, hit play. Hello, I'm going to sing for you. There we go. Now it remembered what I did. So that's it. So make that as long as you want and sync it up with whatever sounds you want to. And then in the next one, well, you can find some other tutorial that'll show you how to project it onto a pumpkin. I'm not going to do that. That's it for us. See ya. Class dismissed.